Welcome, everybody, to It Tastes Different Gaming News. What's in the news today? Well, we're here to report on the seventh annual weekly Microsoft Layout Extravaganza. Microsoft is laying off another 650 staff from its gaming division, according to a memo sent by Xbox boss and giant turd, Phil Spencer. I used to like you, Phil, but not no more. The reported cuts would follow 1,900. I'm not going to say staff. I'm going to say people. 1,900 people being let go from Xbox from the gaming arm. Microsoft is reportedly laying off another 650 people from its game division, according to an internal memo sent by Xbox CEO and turd Phil Spencer, which has been published by both IGN and GameFile. This latest round of cuts would follow the company laying off 1,900 people from its video game division back in January of this year, and come amid what's been an incredibly torrid year games industry wide for layoffs. In the memo, Spencer wrote, a lot of this is, typical corporate bullshit, so pardon my language, but as a part of aligning our post-acquisition team structure and managing our businesses, we have made the decision to eliminate approximately 650 people across Microsoft Gaming, mostly corporate and supporting functions, to organize our business for long-term success. I will let Pat translate that when I go to him because it'll be fun. He added that no games, devices, or experiences are being canceled and no studios are being closed as part of this adjustment. Layoffs. The full memo published by IGN and GameFile, you can read on their links. It's a bunch of corporate jargon for another annual Microsoft shutdown. Every time we turn around, they're laying people off, and it's just ridiculous. It's beyond too much. As me and Pat and Nick were talking before we recorded, there are so many gaming developers that are making record profits. Publishers, I should say, are making record profits. And Microsoft has, as far as Microsoft as a corporation, is making profit. So I have big problems with this, but I digest. Let's jump over to Pat so he can give us his interpretation of this corporate jargon. Pat, translate.
What are you trying to digest over there?
That giant turd, Phil Spencer.
The largest Keurig crap ever taken.
Oof, that's a big Keurig.
Yeah, that's a big one. I think it's bigger than the Bono one. So.
Yeah, he definitely beat South Park.
Microsoft is doing really horrible here lately, making bad decisions. They made a lot of profit this year. I think what they said, 88 billion or something like that, and then they're deciding to lay off another 650, so they're up to 2,550 people, 2,550 people that laid off since January of this year. The year's not over yet. Phil's going for a record of some kind, I think, and we know it's not all Phil Spencer's doing, right? We all know that, but Phil Spencer is the face of Xbox, right? He is the figurehead of Xbox for us. I mean, even though there's people above him, he's always been the one to come out and talk about the way things are going, but his handling of a lot of events here lately have kind of soured us to him as a leader. The handling of, Game Pass and all that stuff is kind of just, it's gone down in a dumpster fire. And they just posted other news about certain games that belong, Starfield and Diablo 4 are missing from the standard Game Pass, which makes absolutely no freaking sense. Those games aren't brand new. They were on the standard Game Pass to begin with. And then when they moved to this new plan that just went into effect this month, they're missing. There's a bunch of games missing, but those two, and they're, those are made by companies that Microsoft owns or Xbox owns now, right? So it makes absolutely no stinking sense. Besides that, they're trying to push everybody to their $20 plan instead of their $15 plan, which then it's just not a good deal, in my opinion. It was a good deal at $15, and then they went up to $16, and then they went up to $20, and you're just like, all right, come this time next year, we're going to be $25, $30 plans, and then we're going to watch the dumpster go down the hill on a bigger flame than it is now. They're going to be throwing gasoline inside that dumpster while it's going down the hill. Xbox is a flaming dumpster right now, and I don't know what they're going to do. They made poor business decisions. They spent $65 billion on doing the EA, the Activision Blizzard one, Activision Blizzard buyout, and now made profit from all of that. And now they're just shutting things down left and right, shutting down studios and laying off people. And yeah, they're giving them severance packages. We don't know the details of that. I'd like to know. Here's the thing is I think as a company, if you think you're doing right by your people and you're giving them severance package, things happen, right? Things happen in a company. You have to lay people off and do things. It is what it is. It's shitty, but it happened. Tell us what you gave them in their severance packages. You're giving your employees 3 months worth of pay. That ain't enough. Did I give them 6 months? What are you giving them as part of their severance package that you are touting as taking care of them? I saw like extended benefits, assistance finding another job. People in the gaming industry are facing massive layoffs across the entire industry. I doubt you're helping anybody find anything really, or if you are, you're helping them get out of the game industry. If you are, or you can be just like the shitty college I went to that when I got out of work and they were trying to find me technical IT job and said, hey, AT&T's got a job for installing cable in people's houses. And I'm like, what kind of shitty job is that? And they marked me down as a refusal to accept an offer for position. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with IT. So you can jerk it off right there. But companies doing shady stuff like that. And I picture Microsoft's probably doing shit like that, right? It's horrible. It's bad. I'm ready for the market to be righted already. I'm waiting for this stuff, this type of articles to be done with. I mean, because we're not going weeks anymore without hearing about layoffs. We're going days. You go months, if not years, without hearing about game layoffs. And now it's just like every other week, there's a new division laying off people every time. I mean, I think if we go back through our YouTube channel history, it's like every other week or every week is this layoff, that layoff. And I'm like, God, this is so horrible. But yet I saw an article today talking about by 2032, the gaming industry is going to be worth like $434 billion or something like that. And I'm like, it's like 7-8 years from now. How are you forecasting this, but having to let go of all these people, and we all know games are big sellers. In the wrong areas though, like mobile and things like that are the big upticks in markets. But I don't know, man. Microsoft they rolled down the hill, fell in the pile of shit, walked back up the hill and jumped in the pile this time. They were like, hey, look at this. Hold my beer. Check this out, guys. I can outdo myself over and over and over in the bad areas. They are becoming the new EA, unfortunately. Xbox is EA. They used to be, they were heading into EA light territory. Now they just took the crown away from EA. And they're like, we now are the king of stupid moronic mistakes and idiotic things. But I don't know. I feel like I'm just razzing them at this point because there's nothing else to talk about except for the idiocracy at the leadership level. I don't see how anybody thought that what was happening in COVID in the gaming industry would just continue and continue and continue forever. It's like, what do you think people are going to do when they're stuck in their homes? They're going to entertain themselves with television and computers and gaming. That stuff blew up because of COVID. Did you not think once the lockdown was getting lifted that people would just not go back to normal and that huge ass curve would just go, Instead, they were all like thinking that this was just going to be like, just continue upwards and upwards and upwards forever and not future plan this. I don't know. I think Phil Spencer is, he's the face of Xbox and he deserves all the hate in this aspect and he needs to take it on the chin. But that's just me, Nick. How do you feel about another group of layoffs from Microsoft and even more layoffs that we talk about every week? Those poor people in the gaming industry. If I'd be gun shy of the gaming industry, I'd be like, I'm getting out and never coming back. Right.
Right. Yeah. they're all expendable, right? That's how they look at them. And it's not surprising, especially coming from, I mean, once Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, during that time, the FTC was fighting it and everything like that. And we talked about that. And, some people were kind of, either on their side or not. And it's like, I was hoping that the merger would go through at the time. And now I'm like, I wish the merger wouldn't have gone through. I wish they wouldn't have got it, Activision Blizzard, and none of that would have happened, because it's just turned Microsoft into Activision Blizzard. Basically, Microsoft is no longer Microsoft. The gaming division isn't. It's now Activision Blizzard, right? I mean, because they're basically just putting all their eggs in the Activision Blizzard basket, right? It feels like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Diablo, King, Candy Crush, all that stuff. Like that's their games, right? The other stuff, they have other studios and things like that they purchased, and it's slow to bring anything out from them. And yeah, I mean, this is just all these people they're getting rid of, and it's just another nail in the coffin, right? For me, it's just another. I mean, they have a lot of nails in that coffin. They're just adding more. I'm pretty much, I haven't turned on my Xbox in quite a while. I just don't. I like the Xbox as a device and things like that. I just can't get behind the company that sells the device right anymore, especially since there's really not much to play on it. And Game Pass, it occasionally has a game on there I want to play, but that's very occasionally. The standard version, I mean, why don't they just, I'm surprised that Xbox just hasn't just said, you know what, we only have one plan, and that's Ultimate. It's just called Game Pass now. We have Game Pass, or you don't have anything at all, right? It's $20 a month or $30 a month, or whatever the hell they want to sell it at. And that's it. You don't have other tiers or anything like that. You just have this, and that's it. I mean, I'm surprised they just don't go that route, right? We have 4 tiers now. You have 25 games with core. You have standard, which has 100 and something games of varying games. And then you have PC, Game Pass, and then Ultimate, right? And then, they don't list what games are there or show like a rotation of these games. I think core only has I don't think core rotates games. I think it's just 25 games that are static. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. Somebody can let us know. And I'm assuming standard rotates or changes games out periodically. So, but still, though, it's not a great value, really. I mean, they're still keeping Ultimate as the better value. And I don't know. I'm just done with it all, really. I'm just tired of it all. I've been mainly playing PC. That's all I've been playing. And I'm just looking more at the PC side of things and going, you know what? I'm feeling like I might just jump over to that permanently. It's just like it seems like the way to go. I can play all the games that come out for most things. The only thing is the Switch, right? Nintendo games, they don't come to PC. So gotta have one of those. And then PlayStation occasionally has their exclusives. It depends on what exclusives they're bringing out, but they tend to come to PC at some point. So, could just wait for those to come to computer. I don't need to play most of those day one anyway. So
no, I'm holding out some hope for Microsoft, but I gave up hope on PlayStation, far as the company. They have a great console, and they make obviously some of the great first party games. Period, bar none. Microsoft has just fallen down the hill, like Pat said, ate a bucket of shit on the way down, and they don't really want to go back up. They like the downhill slope, it seems like. So I don't know. It's mistake after mistake after mistake. They made like 61% profit for the first quarter or 2024, I think it was. I just read something like that. But profit's profit. They've made that profit with these people there. Then you know what? There's still profit there. There's no reason to lay them off except for investors. Investors want to see a higher profit. We've talked about it. You know, how much is enough? It's fucking ridiculous. Pardon my language, but I'm done
it's
with
never
the
enough.
greed.
That's the problem.
It's not. It's not. That's why we have billionaires, fucking billionaires. You shouldn't have billionaires. You should have people. They should be making decent money, not one guy. And I know it sounds commie or whatever the hell you want to call it, but it's just getting fucking ridiculous when people that don't do nothing but, invest their money into it, trying to make all these shots and ruining the lives of the people that are doing everything. So, but that's me. I don't want to go on a tirade there. I'll do that on my other channel called Fuck People. This is just another, Microsoft layoff special, and it's September middle-ish. So we're going to see, I say, one more this year round of layoffs, maybe two.
From Microsoft or from anybody? Because we're going to see
from
more
Microsoft. Microsoft.
I was like,
no. I've got a calendar kind of marked with who I think's going next. I mean, it's getting goddamn ridiculous. We made amazing profits, record breaking, but Johnson and his team, well, they got to go so we can increase those profits.
We'll have quite a few just before Christmas,
Yeah. Once the holiday games go gold, we're going to see a lot more. Oh
yeah, the Christmas present every year.
Yes. We finished the game, boss. All right. Merry Christmas. Here's your bonus. Here's your vacation and your pink slip, and don't let the door hit you with the door split you. So it's ridiculous. But it's just, it's the way the gaming industry is going. It's way corporate America has gone, but the gaming industry in particular has gotten really bad about it. So, but I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 times more. But you guys got anything else before we lay off each other here? All right. Well, you two, we're going to have to let you go, and no severance. But I will play a game with you later tonight, make you feel better, console you a little bit. So in any case, let us know what you think below. How many more rounds of layoffs do you think Microsoft's going to have this year? Do you think the whole Microsoft acquisition of Activision, Blizzard, King, Taco Bell, whatever the hell it was worth it in the long run? Do you feel that it has benefited Microsoft, Xbox as a gaming division, as a game publisher, as a console maker? Do you feel it has done any good for them? I don't. I be honest, and I was okay with the acquisition. I truly was. I think we were all like, at the end, I think we're all just, goddamn, get it done. It's been 3 years. But, I think we're all for like, what? At least it's not Sony. Maybe Microsoft can start getting some first parties out there. Obviously, that ain't happening yet. So, but let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit those notifications, give us your feedback, and we'll see you next time. See ya.